Hey guys, Scott back again with a new beer dissection video for you. What I have today is from Sierra Nevada, not an unfamiliar brewery for most of you, called Hazy Little Thing IPA. You may be more familiar with Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. They make, they're making a lot of different types of pale ales and IPAs and out there with a lot of Pacific Northwest hops. Surprisingly, even though I consume a decent amount of beer, especially doing these videos, I never had this particular one. Even though I've always seen it, I've always gravitated to something else. They have, I've reviewed some Sierra Nevada beers, of course, on the channel, but definitely not this one. They're out of California, I think Chico, California, or it's on here somewhere. Yeah, Chico and Mills River, North Carolina, so it is brewed on the East Coast also. What's the canning date on this? Package date looks like the end of January of 23 here. I'm filming this in mid-April, late April. So, reasonably fresh. I mean, starting to, push it a little bit. But, so again, I know very little about this beer other than it being an IPA. It's coming in at 6.7% alcohol. So it's still in that IPA range, not quite double IPA. I'm a little rusty on a couple of my numbers. A beer you can find available. I've seen it for a while. I don't know why. I've just kind of gravitated to other beers when I've been at my local beer store. But we'll check this beer out, okay? We'll drink it together, all right? So I got my typical Spigaloo modified tulip, modified Spigaloo glass, kind of a hybrid glass here, which I like to use from my IPAs, if not the regular tulip glass. So let's crack this bad boy open here. Okay. So again, I'm presuming, I don't know, I didn't start looking up the grist. On some of these beers, I can't look everything up. I could, I guess, but some of these more common ones, I'm just doing a beer dissection. I don't know the entire grist or hop profile, but I'm presuming they're going to be using some Pacific Northwest hops. So as I've always said, I pour a lot more aggressively these days, but we got a nice white, maybe light tan, dense head on there. Pretty tight, compact bubbles. We've got a hazy, light gold color, and hence it is called Hazy Little Thing. Remember, that's usually from the hops particulate, the polyphenols. Sometimes they use wheat in the grist, sometimes oats. Again, I'm unfamiliar with the actual grist here. They don't have it listed, which a lot of them don't put it on the can. Kind of giving some of that haziness. So that's what we would expect. Okay, West Coast IPAs typically a little bit clearer. They're a little bit more amber. This one's a little more straw hazy. Okay, so let's take a sniff of the aroma. Oh wow, nice. This has got definitely citrus, grapefruit. Okay, which no surprise there with, a lot of times when they use Cascade, Centennial, Columbus, some of your C hops, they'll give you that citrus, kind of like that very sweet kind of grapefruit, like a ruby red kind of grapefruit aroma to it. Slightly dank, but very pleasant. Kind of that white bread type of malt, maybe even wheat. Again, whether they're using wheat or not, it just kind of gives you that aroma of a kind of a wheat malt. Okay, very nice. Definitely like grapefruit pith, that white part kind of gives that aroma. Maybe a light bubblegum kind of smell. Well, anyway, guys, let's cheers. Oh yeah. You get that grapefruit, definitely. Grapefruit, it's got, moderate to pronounced bitterness there. No alcoholic warmth. I'm getting again, I got the aroma. It was kind of like bubble gum. Kind of that medium bodied. On the aftertaste, Again, maybe a little pine. Maybe that's what I'm getting with mixed in with the grapefruit. A little slight piney. Doing some retronasal things to also to try to get some of this. But nice. I mean, like I said, no alcoholic warmth, which I wouldn't expect, around 6, 7. But you got like that kind of that little bit of an herbal kind of character to it also. So piney, definitely citrus, grapefruit, maybe a little tropical fruit in there too, which kind of blends it in. That's like, there's not like one thing that's blended. Sometimes it's like a blend of different flavors to almost form one different flavor there, but very nice. I would say I kind of like the pale ale a little bit better, the regular classic pale ale. I'm trying to think the other one I just did from Sierra Nevada maybe a month ago, a review, which I just have some memories that are a little bit better than this. But citrus, grapefruit, not as overpowering as, say, some of your New England IPAs that have that dominance of orange or grapefruit, but just enough. And again, a little bit of that evergreen spruce tip, kind of piney kind of flavor to it also, with a touch of tropical fruit. Very pleasant beer. If I was grading it, I'd give it a good B. Probably not too much. There's just so many IPAs on the market and double IPAs that I just think there's some that definitely overperform in this one. But for the price point, I don't know, 12 packs are going for $20 or so. Nice. I still get that little bubblegum aroma to it, at least what I perceive. This is not an uncommon beer, so if you smell something different, let me know. Slightly dank. Maybe there's that tropical fruit in there, maybe a little pineapple with a little grapefruit mingled in. Again, definitely a pronounced bitterness that I get. So again, roughly B range. Pair it with your typical. I love IPAs with Southwest. You've watched more than one video that I reviewed IPAs. Southwestern fare, Mexican fare tacos, fish tacos. This wouldn't overpower too many even light fishes either. Fish and chips would be fine. Things like that. So anyway, guys. A nice, pretty average, slightly above average, hazy little thing IPA by Sierra Nevada. Grapefruit, little pineapple, dank, piney, pretty neutral malt profile, bread, things like that. Something I wouldn't stick your nose up at. I think you'll find others that are probably outperform, but if it's available, especially if you're limited at certain stores, I would definitely check that out. All right, guys. To the next beer dissection video. Have a great day. Take care.